So welcome to practice, everyone. Today we're going to do some myofascial release using a ball. Sometimes this is just called ball therapy or tennis ball therapy, and just use whatever you have. And if you have a block or a heavy book or something you can put under your neck, that might be helpful as well. And myofascial release is just about this kind of idea that we hold tension in our muscles, in our body, and the energy is blocked. It doesn't flow through these parts where the energy might be held. So through just exploring our own body, learning to self-massage, learning where to find those trigger points, those knots of tension in our body, we can just slowly release that tension, allow our blood, oxygen, energy, chi, many words for what refers to the kind of energy flowing through our body, through our fascia. Our fascia is the connective tissue that wraps all around our skeleton, around our bones, and all the messages of the body transmit through this fascia that we have. All right, let's start coming down onto our backs. And you might like to just bring your flat of your feet to the ground, knees raised. We'll start with our bodies or our hands on the body, elbows out to the side. Just take a moment to scan the whole length of your spine, from base of the tailbone to the back of the skull. Just allow full length of that spine to be heavy into the mat. So you might tilt the pelvic bone back a bit. Let's roll that pelvic bone forward, feel the spine curl, and then roll it back. So just get a sense for where your spine wants to sit. We're going to start today's practice just with the breath, as we always do. So you might just feel belly rise as you breathe in, and the belly sink as you sigh out, empty out the lungs. And if you feel your breath's more in the chest, that's okay too, just notice that. One of the reasons I like to lie like this with one hand on the heart center, one hand on the lower belly, is just so I can notice where my breath might be. Is it getting deep to where all my organs are, where the oxygen is needed? Or am I just breathing shallowly in and out? All right, let's start with our ball. We're going to take the ball in between, right in sort of the middle of our neck. Now, you might find that just reach your hands behind. Find the two big occiput bones at the base of the skull, the ones that connect your head to your neck. And you might place the ball right in between here. And we're just going to take a little nod forward and back. You might have to hold the ball in place if it doesn't feel steady. That's okay. Just a big yes. Tucking the chin in, extending it out. Let the head be as heavy as you can. And then keeping the ball in the same place, we're going to go across those muscle fibers. So we're going to start nodding a little nod. Just rock the head to the side to side. All right, let's meet back in the middle. Okay, we're going to take the ball a little further down, finding our trapezius muscles. And these are the muscles that are the kind of lumpy bit that comes out the side of your neck and then runs down the top of your shoulder. Now, it might be easier here to use a block or a book underneath your neck. Just see how you go. If you might need a little more height. or you can take that out and just come down on the floor. So we're looking for just out the side of our neck, and slide down onto it. Tuck your chin in again. And we'll try just one side at a time. Very just out from the side of the neck, the top of the shoulder. So there's two muscles here. There's the trapezius, where we hold a lot of tension, and then there's also the levator scapulae, which is kind of our shrug muscle, the muscle we use when we take our shoulders up towards the ears. So you might like to have the ball underneath and then just raise the shoulders, big shrug, let it go. And as you shrug, just notice if you're holding any tension. Each form that we find with this myofascial release, we're just going to find the spot where we feel a little tender or tight, and just hold it there for a moment, side out. And then you might move the ball again, find another spot. So just explore your own body. Everybody is different. The shape of our shoulders is different, our skeleton, our hips. So keeping the ball under that same area, this time we're going to explore a bit of movement with our arms. So you might take the arm out where the ball is and just lift it above the head, and then take that elbow wide. And you should feel the ball just in the very corner of your shoulder blade, close to the spine. Wherever you feel the most tension, just let it, hold it there, side out. And then you might explore a little more. When you're ready, take the ball over to the other side. Again, just right at the top of the shoulder, close to the side of the neck. And then extend that arm out. You might bring it across the body. Take the hand wide, take the hand overhead. When you feel that tension, just sink the arm down. And if you're clenching your teeth or your jaw, see if you can soften and relax muscles in the face. All right, we're going to go a little wider now. So go to the other end of your shoulder. So not the one near the spine, the one near the shoulder joint. And just find, just feel along that shoulder blade. So we're still near our trapezius muscle. And you'll notice that there's a bone that kind of runs from the shoulder joint down towards the shoulder blade. Just come on the outside of that bone. We're going to extend our arm wide. So now we're in a muscle called the teres minor and another one called the infraspinatus. These are muscles that we use. I like to call them the ball throwing muscles. Whenever you push out your arm, you use this muscle. And again, you might just like to explore. And if you're not sure where the ball is, you might just, where the ball's meant to be, you might just trace on the outside of your armpit. Sometimes it can be a little bit easier to find that way. So just behind where your armpit is, underneath the shoulder. And you'll feel that muscle as you push your hand out will engage. So rolling around again. When you need to, just let the arm be heavy, sink into the feeling, the sensation. Let it go. And whenever you feel ready, take the ball out. We'll move around to the other side. And again, just behind the armpit, or if you want to go from the top, just find that very edge of your shoulder blade. Take the ball outside it and just explore again. All right, now I just invite you to take the ball out for a moment. And you might just like to take the arms wide, just like in a cactus shape. Bring the hands towards the elbow above the head. And then take them out wide and bring the elbows into the side of the ribs. Take the hands above the head. And then sigh out, draw the elbows into the ribs. So we've done this same shape as we've been standing. And just invite you, as you do these movements on the ground, just notice how much your spine curls, how much your shoulder joints or shoulder blades press into the mat. And see if you can just move between taking your arms overhead and then bringing your elbows into the ribs without too much pressure on your spine. Sigh out, just feel that movement, feel the sense of muscles engaging through the movement. And we'll wrap the arms around. Maybe you might like to reach around towards your shoulder blades. And then we'll take the arms wide. Let's take our feet out to the edge of the mat. And this time we're going to just roll the knees down to the side. Just opening through the hips a little bit. And you might like to draw the knees into the chest, wrap your arms around, and just rock from side to side. Okay, we're going to shift our attention away from the shoulders a little bit. And just prop yourself up on your elbows. We're going to bring the ball behind our back. Now we want to be just underneath one side of our shoulder, in between the shoulder blade and the spine. So once you put the ball somewhere like this, just take your body down. And then we're going to see if we can roll. So to roll, you're going to have to press through your feet, lift your body up. You might have to hold the ball. It might feel a little awkward at start, but just see if you can roll down. And we're rolling down either side of our spine, not on the spine. That will not be fun. And roll right until you get up to the inside of the shoulder. And then roll again, lifting the tailbone as you go. So this might feel a little awkward, but just see how you go. So we're now in our rhomboids, these muscles in between our shoulders and our spine, where we hold so much tension. So often now we are sitting with our shoulders hunched forward, our head in front of our body, just like I am now, but in a seated position. And it's not really a problem to have your head like this when you're lying down, but as you can imagine, when you're standing or you're sitting, the weight of your head is heavy. It can weigh up to 8 kilograms and can put a lot of pressure on your spine, on your body. And so often we sit in this way when we're driving, when we're looking at a phone, when we're looking at a computer without even realizing. So just keep pressing through your feet, rolling along. Wherever you feel tightness, just drop the body down. Drop the tailbone down, drop the shoulders down, just hold it there. Side out. And of course, make sure you do both sides. Rhomboids are on both sides of the spine. Don't want to be lopsided today. And when you come right to the top, so we're just inside our shoulder blades, in between shoulder blade and spine, you might like to just let the body sink there, and then again, just like we did before, open out the arm. Just explore that movement. Notice where that tension might lie. What movement is it that my body doesn't enjoy? Once you find that strong sensation, just breathe into it. And of course, keep doing both sides. Always in this practice of myofascial release, encourage exploration. So we can always learn more about muscles of our body and where they are and where our energy might not be flowing. And we can ask a physio or an osteo or a massage therapist or a doctor about this, so we can just explore our own body. What can we learn today? It's not very likely we're going to cause a major issue to ourselves. If you experience a short, sharp pain, just stop what you're doing. But if you're experiencing just a kind of slow sense of discomfort, this is usually a sign that we're isolating where this muscle knot might be, and we're just encouraging energy to flow back through it as soon as we release. All right, hopefully you have done both sides. You might just like to roll the shoulders again. Maybe take a moment to notice how you feel. Just allow the legs to extend out. Turn the palms face up. You might roll the thumbs down towards the floor. This just helps you come off your shoulder blades a little. Just take a breath. So we've worked a little bit into our neck, into our shoulders, into our back. And we might just do a little more. We're going to come down to our lower back now. We'll bring our feet back towards the sit bones, lift up our tailbone, and we'll place the ball either side of our sacrum. So just find, if you're not sure where these parts of your body are, just explore. So your pelvic bone, the big bit around your hips, connects to the base of the spine, your tailbone, and just trace up there until you find that sort of fleshy part. It's pretty much directly behind where your belly button is. So you might just like to trace around from your belly button, your navel, and either side of the base of the spine, place the ball there. And again, you might just allow the tailbone to drop down. And just explore this part of the body. If you'd like to, you can roll along again. And you might just, instead of moving the whole body, you might just tilt your pelvic bone forward and back. When you find that knot of tension, just sink down, sigh out. And we'll move on to the other side, just coming onto the other side of the spine. And again, just rotating pelvic bone forward and back. You can lift up your whole body if you like, pressing through the feet. Just explore. And keep breathing. All right, we'll do one more, I think, each side. Let's prop up onto our elbows now. And just bring your elbows right under your shoulders so you're supporting the body. We're going to bring our ball just into the fleshy part of our butt cheek. And we all know where that is, I guess. Just lift the tailbone up a little bit, roll onto the ball. And I just encourage you at the start just to let it sit. Notice if there's any tension there. And then when you want to start to explore, the first thing you might do is just open the knee out to the side, drop it down, keeping the spine heavy. If you feel a little tense, just hold it there and then bring it back up. Some other things you might like to do is lift the foot up and just take some circles with the knee, extending the leg out, drawing the knee out. And notice when you find that spot of tension, just hold it there. Take a breath. Now the glute is a big muscle, so you might like to just move the ball around. Make sure you're not directly on a bone. You want to be in the fleshy part. Just explore. When you feel ready from one side, just take the ball out, bring it around. And again, you might just start by placing it underneath, opening the knee out to the side, just taking a breath. And when you're ready, extend the leg. All right, so last one, if you want to try it with this one, is to lift your whole tailbone up. This can be a little more intense, so you might just roll around on the ball. Make sure you do both sides if you're doing this one. When you're ready, let's drop ourselves down. One more time, we'll just draw the knees into the chest. You might like to rock from side to side. Let's reach in between our legs and we'll take a hold of our shins or our feet, draw the knees in. Take a breath. Notice if you're holding any tension in your neck. If you can, drop your head to the ground. Roll the chin towards the chest. Just allow your neck to be long. And let's open through our hips just a little. We'll bring our hands to the knees. Take some small circles. And when you're ready, we're just going to roll onto our side. Push ourselves up. Feet in a seated position. take a moment to notice how we feel right now. So you might notice neck or shoulders, hips, just energy having moved through the body just from this simple act of exploring our body, releasing tension that might be held in our nervous system. Let's just do a little bit more work with our fingers now. We're going to bring both hands behind the neck. Find those big bones at the base of the skull. Press in and push up. Just going to allow our neck to be long, crown of the head to lift up. And I'd invite you this time to just explore down the side of the neck, pressing the fingers into the side. So this is our scalene muscles. And you might like to just gently turn the neck from side to side as you explore down. And we're going to go a little deeper here. We're going to turn our chin to one shoulder. With our opposite hand, reach around, starting just under the bone that's right behind the ear. Just trace that bone down until you meet the muscle. And then we're going to see if we can just cup that muscle with a curved fingers or like a hook hand. And just gently draw that muscle across. So we're just hooking in and working down the side of the neck. So a little bit, we're working on our sternocleidomastoid muscle, bit of a mouthful. This is the muscle that we use when we turn our neck. Let's come around to the other side. So take a breath in, let your neck be long, turn the chin to the shoulder. And again, just hook the fingers, find that muscle on the side of the neck and just gently drawing behind and across. All right, we'll turn back to the center. Let's roll the shoulders, both directions. Let's maybe just do one side at a time. And we might just do one more. We'll take our hands behind, interlace the fingers, bring the heel of the palm into the side. Just feeling the neck being long. Tuck that chin in as much as you can. Feel that crown of the head reaching up. And then we'll shake it out. You might like to just let your wrist go floppy. Open it out. One last movement. We're going to take our right ear down to the shoulder. Roll it into the chin into the chest. Come up halfway up. And then just saying ear to the shoulder. Rolling down. And just see if you can find a kind of steadiness to the movement here. So we're not jerking or reaching too much. Shoulder stays heavy. And when you're ready, switch the movement back the other direction. Dropping the chin down, rolling around to the side. And let it go. All right, let's try the other side. Left ear to the left shoulder. Keep that shoulder heavy. Roll the chin down. Come up halfway. And let's change the direction, come back. Chin to the chest, rolling wide. And let's meet back in the center. All right, hopefully our neck feels a little lighter, our shoulders feel a little more open, maybe even our hips and our spine. But every day we just explore the body, see what we can learn about ourselves, our habit energy of how we sit, how we move throughout the day. Let's bring our palms together, just create a little bit of heat. And you might like to bring them up to the face. Take a breath here. And let's join the palms together and just take a moment to acknowledge shared energy of practicing each day.